So welcome to a little bit of a different video where I'm going to be going over the rules of my cheeky challenge, I guess, for State of Decay 2, Lethal. It has to be done on Lethal. So I'm going to be going through each wave or each round of rules for what I'm going to be playing through and what I'm challenging myself to for the next year or so until State of Decay 2 stops releasing updates and stuff. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll keep updating the game until the next one comes out. I don't know. But this is the series that I'm running with, and if you want to try out my cheeky challenge, cheesily named, then you're more than welcome to. If you're a content creator, I would appreciate some kind of credit for it if you are specifically going to copy this. If not, go for it. Knock yourself out, and anybody is welcome to tweak and change rules and stuff, but I've been messing around with it for the past couple of days, and I've come up with a definitive set of rules that I am very, very happy with. Round 1. So because this features forever communities and continuing through each map, each round is going to be based on a different map. You can start off on any map, but you cannot revisit a map. You have to just continually progress through each of the 5 base game State of Decay 2 maps. So Providence Ridge, the Valley, Trumbull Valley, that's like Mega Valley and Trumbull Valley. I don't know why there's 2 valleys now. Drucker County, Cascade Hills. You have to progress through each of them. You can do whatever legacy you want. It doesn't matter if you want to cheese it or if you want to make it like as difficult as possible, go for it. It doesn't matter. And you can start off either with 3 base characters that are just nobodies, or you can start off with 3 legacy characters. It doesn't matter. But round 1, your first map, this one's an optional objective. You can just play it through on just regular Lethal if you're not very good at Lethal, or if you don't really feel like challenging yourself that much. I apologise for the clearing of my throat. I've just finished eating. But round 1 is attend all sieges. Each rule that I apply from now on carries over into the next round. It's like a relay race kind of thing. Like it continues on and it builds up until all the rules apply to the final round. So round 1 is just attend all sieges. Again, it's optional. You don't have to do it, but that's the rule for the first one. Round 2, so you switch maps. You're going to be attending all sieges, guaranteed at this point. You can only recruit from the legacy pool, and no DLC weapons allowed. And that's through, like, the radio stuff. So, in terms of only recruiting from the legacy pool, in round 1, you can recruit from enclaves, missions, whatever. In round 2, legacy pool only. So, you want to be building up some legacy characters. Now, you can technically go off and have, like, a separate save and, you know, play through the game and apply more people to your legacy pool if you want. There's no issue with doing that. I'm not going to be doing that because that's way too much time and I've played enough of this game. But them's the rules. So I've got like a stopping point. If I run out of survivors and there's no more left in my legacy pool, that's it. I've failed the challenge. And no DLC weapons. That does not apply for any specific update or bounty weapons. It is purely just anything from the radios. Round 3. Round 3 is the difficulty curve one. No more Plague Cure. No more Plague Cure and no more bioweapons. That includes bloater gas grenades. That includes Zombate and Zedi and anything like along those lines. None of those are allowed past round 3, as in you cannot craft them. You can craft them in rounds 1 and 2, and still use them in the subsequent rounds, but you cannot craft new ones, and that applies for Plague Cure. So in my current playthrough, I'm hoping that through round 1 and 2, I can get enough Plague Cure to last me through 3, 4, and 5. Otherwise, I'm going to be a little bit buggered. And you also cannot... I guess there's going to be like a little bit of a loophole if you get gifted some. But you can then decide if you want to use it or, you know, if you want to trade it away, whatever. That's up to you guys. I'm probably just going to decide on the spot, but the stipulation is that you cannot craft Plague Cure or bio weapons. Round 4, This is all-out war. You must eliminate all enclaves on the map before you move into the next one. This one's a lot, and it's going to be a lot, especially when we get into round 5, which is the final one. But yeah, so you can interact with enclaves, you can, you know, trade with them, sell stuff to them, blah, 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 whatever. You can enlist them and do, you know, take them off to places. But before you leave, they all have to be gone. They all have to be disbanded, whether you wipe them out by hostility, whether you lure zombies over to them. They just have to be gone. There can be 0 enclaves on the map by the end of round 4. Round 5, this is the big one. No DLC cars. This is one that I'm going to struggle on a lot because I rely on the prepper pack a hell of a lot, which is why I pushed it all the way to round 5. So no DLC cars. You cannot trade with an enclave. Now, this is very specific in the way that trading is a back and forth thing. You can only either buy stuff from every enclave or sell stuff. I'm going to be buying, and you might think, oh, well, that's not really much of a stipulation, but it kind of is. If you think about how much you rely on influence right up until this point, especially in round 5, you're still able to recruit from the legacy pool. You're going to need to build up influence if you're losing people. And if you've got, you know, no cars, for example, you might have an enclave that can deliver you cars that you won't be able to get because you've got no influence, because you can't sell. So there is quite an impact there, and I think it's going to factor into a lot of stuff. So I'm only going to be able to buy stuff from enclaves. Still have to wipe them all out before I leave the map. And the other one is you must entirely search every single building on the final map that you are on. This one is a little bit more of a tedious one, I guess, but it's just to up like the sort of completionist aspect of it. And throughout all of these rounds, you know, if they do release new updates, then fair enough, you can use them. You're able to use the bounty broker. You can use vehicles from the bounty broker. You can use weapons from the bounty broker. You can do whatever with the bounty broker. That's free reign. But by the time you get to round 5, you're going to be attending all sieges. You can only recruit from the legacy pool. No DLC weapons or cars. You cannot craft plague cure. You cannot craft bioweapons. You must eliminate all enclaves. Before you do that, you can only buy from enclaves. You cannot sell. And you must search the entirety of the map. I think it's going to be interesting, especially when we get to round 3. I think round 3 is going to be the kicker, if I can't get enough plague cure built up. But yeah, there's my cheeky challenge. I hope that people try this out. Let me know if you are going to try this out. You could go for True Grit. True Grit could be interesting to do, which is survive like an entire year on the hardest difficulties. I think that should be, you know, if you get to round 5 and you want to keep going, go for True Grit. That's like the ultimate one. I don't know if I will be. But yeah, I hope you guys try this out. I hope you like the rules and the stipulations and stuff. Feel free to tweak them and move them around and stuff. And, you know, you can increase difficulty by piling a load of them on round 1 and then slowly increasing them or anything like that. Whatever you want. Whatever suits your playstyle. You could mess around with difficulties if you're not very good at the game or you want to learn more about the game. You could start off on green in round 1 and then progress further up. Finishing round 5 on lethal, that could be quite interesting to do. But I really wanted to sort of set some boundaries and some rules for this playthrough. I'm going to throw the video into the playlist. If you want to go check that out, feel free. There's a playlist for it on the channel, and some of the most recent videos are on like the video section of my homepage. Go check them out. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a thumbs up. Let me know if you're going to test this out yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.